Walt Disney of ABC said it was pulling Jimmy Kimmel Live off the air after remarks by the show's late-night host about Charlie Kirk's assassination sparked harsh criticism by the head of the Federal Communications, the Trump executive branch. The decision comes as Republican President Trump has repeatedly pressured broadcasters to stop airing content he has found objectionable and called on the FCC to pull licenses from stations. ABC spokesperson said without allowing...
Hey, Mike, how are you? Welcome in. Appreciate you guys being here. Happy Wednesday. What in the world's going on? Sit back. Wow, a lot is going on. Hold on one second. I wasn't quite ready. I apologize. I'll be right back. Be right back. Hello, Janine. Kim Smith. Boy, we got a good one today, guys. We always do, right? A lot going on a Wednesday. But, guys, I am trying to save my business. A lot going on. This is the only time I have right now. But here's what we have here. Jimmy Kimmel is finished. And we're going to get into Sinclair. What is Sinclair? What are you talking about, Sal? Sinclair owns, I quote, 178 stations. And ABC's on there. They're pissed. And what my thoughts are going to be about Jimmy Kimmel, how he can make this up, I don't know. But you might agree, you might disagree on how he can make it up. I don't think he should be back on air on any station. Personally, well, my wife says be nice, so I'll be nice. Maybe I'll be nice. Maybe. I don't know if I can be nice with this guy. I don't know. I got to step away. I don't know if I can be nice. I don't know.
Earlier today,
I don't know.
FCC Chair Brendan Carr had urged local broadcasters to stop airing.
I'll try my best. I'll try my best with this Democrat Party. You know, I appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to try to be nice. But listen, here's the deal, guys. Sinclair, ABC, they own a lot of different stations. This world's upside down. I'm sorry, the Democrat Party, as my mom's a Democrat, continue to say, I know a lot of Democrats, they're not the same Democrats. If you're coming across and you're a Democrat, I'm not calling you out. You have your right. But this party has lost their mind. These people on sitcom, who do they think they are making these comments about a guy, in my belief, is in heaven? And I'm going to say it from now on. It's my belief. If you don't believe in God, that's you. I don't judge, and I continue to say, and I truly mean this. Miss Rainey, shout out to Miss Rainey. Kim Smith just made a short about this. Check out Miss Rainey's channel. She's got good stuff there, and she's good people. Matter of fact, I'm hoping to maybe connect with Miss Rainey. Miss Rainey, if you're on here, maybe you can reach out to me, get my email from somebody, Fabian, and we can reach out and do something. I really, really like what you do, and I really mean that. Now, we're going to get back to this. Listen, hey, Terry, I'm glad you made it. ABC announced Wednesday, today, that I don't watch Jimmy Kimmel. Don't like his voice. It aggravates me. Sorry. Jimmy Kimmel, big announcement, everything, that they're pulling Jimmy Kimmel off the air. Comments about Charlie Kirk, the shooting, and, of course, MAGA and Trump. Oh, now all of a sudden, it's Trump's fault. Thank you, Mike, and appreciate that. Appreciate that. All of a sudden, it's Trump. It's Trump and MAGA. If you're MAGA, it's our fault. Ladies and gentlemen, it was nobody's fault, and I'm not going to give out his name anymore. It is the shooter. Just like I said about transgender, I'm getting aggravated. I don't understand the transgender. It's not right. I don't care if somebody's on here is upset who supports me. I don't care. It's not the transgender boyfriend, girlfriend, transition being a woman. It's not their fault. Get your facts on the transgender. Okay? They didn't have any. The Italians had nothing to do with this. The Mormons had nothing to do with this, right? The father and mother at this time are not behind this. This was one piece of crap shit person, and we talked about mental illness, and I think it's much, much more mental illness. But let's get back to this. Jimmy Kimmel is off. Who is Sinclair? Well, Sinclair owns 178 stations, ABC, CBS, Fox, NBC. He's finished on remarks that he made on, personally, Charlie Kirk. How can he make up for it? Here's what he needs to do. First of all, he needs to apologize. First and most importantly, to the family of Charlie Kirk, his wife, and his team are behind him and his mom and dad. Second, how about pulling out some fazools, money, and donating what he said he should do before he said it, right? Donating money to the charity of choice of Charlie Kirk. Now, one of the moderators, a shout out to the moderators for being here. I forget the charity, but he should donate to the family and let the family decide. That is horrible. I'm not surprised with Jimmy Kimmel, far left. And I said this before. If you're on my station and you're a Democrat, so what? If you don't like Trump, so what? But when you start making threats on the President of the United States, Charlie Kirk, whether you support his issues or whatever, then there should be somebody held accountable. This guy is, his voice drives me nuts. The things he says. He hates Donald Trump so much, okay, that he says these things. And then last night, he got away. He said it too much. Now, what I'm hearing, I got breaking news. Breaking news. Come on in. Uh-oh, I got breaking news. So come on in. Jimmy Kimmel's off the air, but that's not the breaking news. The breaking news, that was breaking an hour ago, is this. A statement came out. Now, by the way, what is Sinclair? They're the largest local TV that behind ABC, NBC. This just came out. I love this. Ready? What Sinclair's going to do? Friday night, if you're not doing anything, please watch ABC. They are going to do a 1 hour episode on Charlie Kirk, on who he was, what he stand for, how powerful his religious speech. Just came out. Just came out. Friday night. I don't have the time. I will try to get it. If one of my moderators, if you don't mind, or anybody would mind stepping out, I don't want anybody to step out, but check out the time Friday to help if you're interested. Shout out to ABC and Sinclair to make this announcement. Friday night, I don't have the time, and I'm doing this live. It's very hard on my Apple iPad is charging right now. Sinclair will be ABC. We'll have in Jimmy's time slot. Yes, Janine. What did I do without you? In Jimmy's time slot. So once again, if you're coming in, Jimmy Kimmel's off the air. He's suspended and probably not going to be back on ABC. I'll go even farther. Probably won't be back on. I'm going to make a strong statement. You're not probably going to see him on any network TV. You might see him on a YouTube. But for saying some horrible, horrific things, I quote that MAGA and Trump, pretty much in plain English, are fault. MAGA fault. Trump's fault. And first of all, he should be broadcasting. He should come out and do stand-up comedy and say this. I am sorry on behalf of prayers and thoughts on Mr. Charlie Kirk. That's all he needs to say. If he wants to continue, I wasn't a fan. Okay. But to make remarks and then have to joke around with Trump, how about wait till next week to joke about Donald Trump? Yes or no in the chat? How about you wait till next week to start your little criticism on Donald Trump? Don't do it a couple days after Charlie Kirk lost his life on assassination. The people on the left, the people on the right, we need to start close, very close look. Mostly right now, the people on the left. And I'm not saying people on here, but I'm talking about sit time. These people are making millions of dollars to come out and say these horrible, horrific things. It's not freedom of speech. Freedom of speech, not when somebody, I know somebody said freedom of speech. It's not freedom of speech when you're talking hate and accusing the President of the United States behind it, so to speak. His fault. It's not Donald Trump's fault. If you don't like Donald Trump, make a joke on another day. So I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. It's not even a nation anymore. And I feel sorry for people who are young and Democrats, because my friends, there's nothing wrong being a Democrat. Go back when Bill Clinton was president, as my mom would say, or even go back to Kennedy. That was a Democrat party. We don't have a Democrat party anymore. It's finished. It's a shame. A lot of people say, what do you mean it's a shame? We don't want it. No, because you want competition. We all want competition. That party should look themselves in the... Don't even get me started with LeBron James. I'll stop right there. But then you have people like Stephen A. Smith. Props to Stephen A. Smith. He's good people. He's a Democrat. Bill Maher. Props to Bill Clinton. Props to Hillary Clinton. I don't agree on their politics for coming out and saying they're sorry and leaving it at that. But these people on the left and Jimmy Kimmel, I don't want to see his face. I never watch it. I don't want to hear about him. I will even go farther. If I was Charlie Kirk's family, I would sue him and donate it to the charity themselves. Gosh darn it. That's horrible. You want to do stand-up comedy, you want to make your little remarks, make your remarks. If you don't want to say anything about Charlie Kirk and say rest in peace, I'm okay with it. But don't come on with your little jokes. Because what that does, people, the people that are watching it, not all, there's people that are watching and say that's terrible. And then there's people that are watching and saying, okay, I agree. Now stay with me. But there's 2% out there with a little cuckoo. I got to be careful with YouTube. A little cuckoo. And those people, those 2%, 1%, who are watching Jimmy Kimmel and listening to these remarks, you know what that does? It pushes them to a society behind in chat rooms and Discord. And they do some of these crazy things. It's a shame. He's supposed to set an example. Sit down comedy. Remember Johnny Carson? Arsenio Hall, did I say it right? David Letterman. And I'm missing many, many more. Those were sit-down comedies. They kept the politics out. If somebody lost their life and it was a big name like Charlie Kirk, they would come on and say this, rest in peace, and then go on with their comedy on something else. What the hell happened? Yes, remember Arsenio Hall, David Letterman, Johnny Carson. That's when you could smoke on TV. Not that I'm saying smoke. And many, many more. I'm missing some. Jay Leno. But now you have this Kimmel. I like Jimmy Kimmel to come to South Philadelphia. Jimmy Kimmel, come spend a night in South Philly. Go to Staten Island. Go to an Italian neighborhood. I like to see you make those comments in front of a couple of Italians, or a couple of Irish, or a couple of hillbillies, or a couple of African Americans, or some Latino. Go say that in some of those neighborhoods, Jimmy Kimmel. You piece of crap. Sorry, guys. I get fired up. I can't keep it. I don't wish anything on Jimmy Kimmel at all. Actually, I pray for the guy. I'm hoping that somebody can get inside his head himself and say, man, I was wrong. I went too far. I don't like Trump. That's fine. I need to apologize to the president. I need to apologize first, more to Charlie Kirk's family. All right, I'm going to read some comments. Sorry, guys. I had to get some stuff off my chest. It's horrible. If you're just coming in, what did Jimmy Kimmel say? We're going to talk about that. Sally, how are you, Sal? A lot of fanukes. A lot of faccia bruta. My Italian gets the best of me sometimes. A lot of fanukes. And YouTube, that's not a bad word. I'm going to read some comments here. This man right here. There he is. So this guy here, who I'm not just saying this. A lot of y'all used to saying it because I'm on YouTube. I wish him the best. I hope, Uncle Charlie, what do you know? What do you hear? What do you see? I hope, pray for this man, that he sleeps on what he did. Let's not crucify him. Hope that he apologizes and donates some fazools, money, to Charlie Kirk Foundation. If he does that, I'll do this. I would say, I appreciate you. Now, that's up to you. Should he be back on the air? If he apologized, yes or no, should he be back on the air? If he apologized and goes and gives a donation to Charlie Kirk, yes or no, should Charlie Kirk Be back on the air. I'd like to hear from you. No? Yes? By the way, if you're just coming in, we're recovering the breaking news as Jimmy Kimmel was off the air. I forget how many years. Shout out to Bruce Matthews. Thank you for the membership. No, no, no. Wayne says no. Nathan says no. Let me go back to my Jimmy show is going to be canceled anyway. Bruce Matthews. Hey, shout out to Bruce Matthews and all the members. Shout out to Mike. Mike says plenty of news. Shout out to Janine Vehicle for memberships. Lovebirds. I think I seen Lovebirds in the house. Shout out to Lovebirds. Don't Peek, a.k.a. Hey, I appreciate all the help from the moderators. A lot of no's. Hey, shout out to Uncle Charlie holding the number 3 top fan. We appreciate it. Salvatore Conte. How are you, Salvatore? Good to see you, my friend. Terry says nope. Hey, Terry, thank you for the birthday wishes on Facebook. Greg cut. I gotta tell you, I'm not a big fan of Greg. And a lot of you might say, wait a minute, aren't you Republican? Yes. Are you conservative? Yes. I have a problem with him too, but I never heard him go that far. Greg Goldfield, whatever the hell his name is. Yeah. I say it as it is, guys. I say it as it is. Comedy. Do you remember Richard Pryor? He cussed a lot, and Eddie Murphy, they were funny guys. Johnny Carson's the best. Johnny Carson's the best. Arsenio Hall was good. Jay Leno was kind of goofy, got on my nerves, but he didn't do that kind of stuff. Hey, shout out to Ozzy Ray, our loyal member, the highest you can go. Don Rickles was really good. How did I miss Don Rickles? Don Rickles was good. You didn't hear those people. You didn't know if they were Democrats. You didn't know they were Republicans. You know what you knew? They made us laugh. Don Rickles made you laugh. You didn't hear them saying, who was it? Charlie Manson. Remember him? The Zodiac and all that. You didn't hear them coming on and, different world now. Different world. Yeah. What I'm trying to say, guys, there's nothing wrong with comics and comedian, but you're pushing the envelope when somebody gets assassinated, shot down on live, on a podcast. Charlie Kirk, who left a beautiful, beautiful wife, inside, outside, 2 beautiful children. When you go as far as pretty much you're saying you don't care. Pretty much when you're blaming MAGA, that's some of us on here. And Trump, and saying it's his fault, our fault, that draws the line. How about you come on and say, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk? How about you leave it at that? And then say, okay, in other news, Donald Trump with tariffs, or this and that. That's fine. I still don't like it. But leave that out. Oh, how about the Orange Man? Okay, I don't watch him. People will laugh. But no, you know what they do? Oh, they call him Hitler? That's bad. Dictator? Let me tell you something right now. I hope that YouTube, Facebook, X, what's it called? Discord? The hell is Discord? Discord? I hope they all come together and they see those words and do like they did to Jimmy Kimmel. And I'll go a little farther. On those people that mention no names, I'm going to say maybe one warning. Come conservative. I say one warning. After the second, goodbye. If they say something like death or threats to anybody, forget about it. You're out of there. I like to see Jimmy Kimmel say that in Trump's face. I like to see Jimmy Kimmel. Hey, Jimmy Kimmel, if you're watching, I'd like to meet you somewhere. Come to Vegas. We'll have a cup of coffee. Let's talk. I'd love to see Jimmy Kimmel say something like that to me. They're all big shots on their TV, with their security. They're all big shots. Just like, some of these AKA trolls, little people. Right? Then when they sit down in front, convert you, humming like the honeymooners. They can't say shit. They can't say gods. These people make me sick sometimes, getting paid all this money. I'm not saying he don't deserve the money. Maybe he's funny. Maybe he's funny to some of you. But he went overboard. Breaking news, guys. If you're just coming in, Jimmy Kimmel's off the air. By the way, I'm going to give you an update in a second. I'm going to get in some comments. My wife says, read some comments sometimes. This must be, well, that's a good comment. This must be therapy for some. Bruce says he has never been funny. Bruce, I'll be honest with you. I think I watched him for 10 minutes the whole time. I've seen clips because Bruce, to see what he said about Trump. But even if I supported him and I was a Democrat, I'll be honest with you. I couldn't watch this guy. There's no way. I agree. He's always been, yeah. His voice. Well, you know what? I'm going too far. His voice. So, but anyhow, his voice, it drove me nuts. Johnny Carson, and Leno, the best. They're the best. They were good. Johnny Carson, it was good. Entertainment. Smoked his cigarette, didn't bother anybody, have some jokes. Have a scotch. Yeah. I appreciate everybody being here tonight. I'm reading some comments here that it's freedom of speech. I want everybody to think about what freedom of speech is, okay? Freedom of speech, if you are alluding to, freedom of speech is freedom of speech. But when you are calling out and saying the Trump is behind this assassination of Charlie Kirk, well, that's why you're off the air. It's common sense. I think he thought he'd get away with it, and he didn't. Now I'm going to read something here. I disagree. Does everybody, do you think that's freedom of speech? Hold on. Let me read. Ozzy says, yeah, like the Democrats say, after Floyd, free speech has consequences. Yeah. Look, I'm all for freedom of speech. I think most conservatives are freedom of speech. I think some Democrats are all for it. But I think it draws a line when listen, when you're on sit down, you're standing up economy, whatever the hell it's called, you're out there speaking. People are listening to you, whoever likes him, to make you laugh, to enjoy it. But when you're coming out and saying MAGA, Trump, that's horrible. I don't think he needs to come on and say, rest in peace. I actually think he should come on and say something nice. He's out there with the best that was out there, right? So-called. He went too far. And by the way, here's what Sinclair is a broadcast group. Sinclair owns 178 TV stations, own ABC. They pretty much said they made the call. He's gone. I didn't see Jimmy Kimmel last night. I haven't watched Jimmy Kimmel more than 5 minutes. Did anybody see it live in the chat? Anybody, yes or no? See Jimmy Kimmel make these statements, remarks on the Charlie Kirk and Trump and MAGA? Anybody? Because this happened last night. And by the way, in his time spot, Jimmy Kimmel, on Friday, not today, today's Wednesday, on Friday, in his time slot, there will be Sinclair ABC station will have a whole special event on Charlie Kirk. I'm assuming who he was, how he was brought up, all the way to his assassination. Shout out to ABC, Sinclair for doing that. So in that time slot, that'll be on there. That's going to be great. I highly recommend Everybody tune in. Does anybody have that time? Can somebody on there, anybody go on there and find out the time on Friday? Just look up ABC time slot Jimmy Kimmel. Time slot Jimmy Kimmel on what time it is. And put it in there. East Coast time, and we'll figure it out from there. That is special. I quote though, according to ABC and Sinclair, this was a mega Trump problem. So if you're a mega and you support Trump, oh, let me see here. Hey, Bruce says 11 p.m., I believe. So I'm assuming that's, yeah, East Coast. So 11 p.m., which would be 8 o'clock. If you're just coming in, we're talking about the remarks of Jimmy Kimmel. He's off the air, suspended, probably for good. And Sinclair, who owns ABC, time slot 11 p.m. East Coast time, Friday, will be a special remembering Charlie Kirk. I'm assuming an hour of where how Charlie Kirk got started, not going to college. I'm guessing, and just giving out love. Shout out to Sinclair ABC. That's special. That's good that they decided to do that. I applaud them. Do you guys applaud them? I will be watching it. I will be watching. I insist the ratings. How about everybody watches that? Let's have, and for those who are off, you're not working, have some coffee, if you could, at 11 p.m., I think, on Friday. We don't want to see that guy's face on the network again. Yes or no? I don't think he should be on again. Janine's going to watch. Who else is going to watch on Friday? Last tonight, yes? Yeah. I will make sure I'm going to watch it. John's going to watch. Yes? Yes? Yeah, I mean, it's only, I think it's right to sit down, whether you supported Charlie Kirk or not, tune in. You know why? We don't want another Jimmy Kimmel. We don't want another sit down, View, or any other of these so-called comics making these remarks. I don't care who the hell they are, left or the right. We don't want it. You're supposed to be on there laughing, talking, making jokes, getting people's minds off of difficult times. Whether it was Charlie Kirk, whether you lost a loved one, whether you're going through some rough times, you pay your cable bill, your YouTube TV. Hey, by the way, I don't work for YouTube TV. I encourage everybody to switch over to YouTube TV. Save yourself some money. It's not sponsored by YouTube TV. I'm just saying. 11:35 Friday. Hey, Bruce Matthews, thank you for listening. 11:35 Friday. Ozzy Ray says there was no freedom of speech for Kirk. No, not at all. I agree. So, it went too far. And it's going to, you know what? It's not going to stop until we set an example. And an example for Jimmy Kimmel is to be off the air. And I believe he should come out and apologize. Not tomorrow. Tonight. He should apologize. And he should donate money to the Charlie Kirk Foundation. He should apologize to Donald Trump. Just because, Jimmy, you apologize if you're watching to Trump, it doesn't mean you support Donald Trump. It means that you were sorry for your horrible, horrific comments. And then pick up the phone and call the wife of Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk. How about apologize to her and apologize to Trump? Say, I'm sorry. I was out of line. I went too far. I don't support you still, Trump, but I was out of line. That would set an example. Because if he doesn't do that, it's a scumbag that he really is. He's a scumbag. Now, Bill Maher is a different ballgame. Democrat. He said some nice, good things. He went to the White House. He still doesn't support Trump. He had a cocktail Trump doesn't drink. He had a cigar with Kid Rock. He respected Trump. He's, I think, a little different at Trump. I'm not with his policy, Bill Maher. But he came out and said good things. Stephen A. Smith, the Democrat, he said good things. Most Democrats on here are going to say good things about Charlie Kirk. Hey, shout out to Barbara, loyal subscriber. Bye-bye, Jimmy. Hey, Austin, how are you? Hey, by the way, thank you for the 69 likes. Also, I appreciate if you're new, you only have to do two things in life, okay? Pay taxes and go with the Lord, right? Hopefully, some of us. Well, I appreciate if you do enjoy the content, to like and subscribe. If you feel comfortable, let us know if you're new and what state you're coming in from. I would like to know. And come in and join this community. We appreciate it. Now, real quick, we do help out the homeless when we can on here. And we have plenty of shorts here in Las Vegas. So that's what we do on the short clips. We are out there helping out the homeless population, as that's so growing so rapidly. Shout out to Western Canada, Alberta, Jersey, Paul's in the house from Jersey, where I'm from. Indiana, what's going on in Indiana, Mike? Utah, Patricia. Hey, Gina, how's California tonight? Howard Stearns, I used to watch him, said nothing about Charlie Kirk, King of... I didn't hear anything about Howard Stearns, no. I haven't heard anything about that on Charlie Kirk, no. I don't think you're going to hear it on Howard Stearns. What's up, New York? Your mom's house. Yeah, I haven't... what's up, Chicago? I haven't heard anything about Howard Stearns. Kimmel, a disgrace, a scazziad. We, in Italian, everybody say it. A scazziad. Hey, shout out to South Alabama. What's going on in Alabama? Say hello to Terry. Thank you, Terry. A scazziad. Oh, YouTube? It just means unorganized, not educated. A scazziad. That's who Jimmy Kimmel is. Now, Maribel says hello. Brandon, God bless you. Hey, I got to step away for 1 second. There's an echo. There's an echo from my wife's phone. It was... We got a lot of Alabama in here, huh? Shout out to Ozzy. Yeah, if you're just coming in and you see this photo of Jimmy Kimmel, you won't see him no more. Or at least you're not going to see him on... shout out to Pennsylvania. You're not going to see... did you see that, Ozzy? Somebody in Alabama there? You're not going to see him on TV. ABC. Now, for those who are just coming in, we got reports a little over 2.5 hours ago that Jimmy Kimmel has been shut down and off, and he's going to be replaced on this Friday. Shout out to Pittsburgh. On ABC, there's going to be Remembering Charlie Kirk in that slot. So Jimmy Kimmel comes on 11 o'clock East Coast time. I encourage everybody to sit back and watch The Replacement and the special Rest in Peace Charlie Kirk. And I'm only assuming they'll talk about it for an hour on his legacy, where he was born. Who is Charlie Kirk? Maybe there you go. There's a name. I just gave him a hint. Who is Charlie Kirk and who he represent? And probably discuss the type of man, a motivator, a person who believed in Donald Trump, conservative ways. How about this? How about common sense ways? But a man who let college students, who didn't sit like I'm sitting, he was unique, who, thank you, Maribel, who would go to these campus and give the mic and let everybody speak. And if he felt that he was wrong, Charlie Kirk, he would say it. He believed in faith. He believed in God. I have no problem with that. I also have no problem with anybody not believing. That's me. So anyhow, I'm assuming on that time slot, in replace of this piece of shit, Jimmy Kimmel, on ABC, that's owned by Sinclair, will be remembering a hero, a husband, a father, a man, in my opinion, that Jesus put on this earth to speak to the young, to the old, to the all, and just made his views, whether you liked him or not, his values was taken too young, my friend. And for people like Jimmy Kimmel to make remarks about MAGA, us, some of us, not all, and Trump, is encouraging more people to hate on the president, on people who lose their life, on assassination, murder. It's not good. I wish Jimmy Kimmel well. I pray for him and hope he could set an example. He can turn it around, apologize, make a big donation, and maybe talk on YouTube or somewhere and say, I was wrong on my comments. I'm not here supporting Donald Trump. I was wrong. Bad for me is what he needs to say. And maybe he could set an example on our future. Now, I know some of you will say that's not good enough. It might not be great enough for me, but I will be content. I would probably digest that if he did that and say, okay. Doesn't mean I got to support him, but I will turn around and say, good for you, Jimmy Kimmel. I would. I'd be the first. Now, whether it happens or not, I don't know. Now I'm reading some comments. What's up, John? Kimball is an idiot. Mike says, hit the like. Yes, we got 99 likes. And Maribel says, thank you, Mike. Now, Maribel, hey, Anthony Tony Francis, I love you too, brother. God bless you. Now, my wife wanted me to bring up the funeral Sunday. I haven't told my wife this, but maybe I'm in Vegas. I might go. I know airfare is up there. I don't know what's going on with the airfare. It's expensive. I might go. We'll see. I hope not. Is that Leon? Shout out to Leon. I hope not. Hey, Debbie, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, road trip. Shout out to Austin putting the flags, the American flags on. God bless you, Austin. I'm trying to read Barry, I agree. Hey, Barry, shout out to Barry. Good comment, Barry. Barbara, I'm not too far away. I can make it. A couple hours. We might go. We'll see. Hey, shout out to the moderators once again and my wife for all the support and the homeless. Shout out to the people like Ozzy. I know he's saying this. Who's been making some amazing donations. It's not on notice. Shout out to Lemon J on her on the beautiful comments. Shout out to Mike M to encourage me, loyal subscriber moderator to do these lives, and Adrian who's not on here tonight. Shout out to Dizzy. Rest in peace, Charlie. That's what I like to see in here. That's nice to see. Rest in peace, Charlie. Love that. Now, once again, if you're just coming in, Sinclair is a broadcast that owns, I believe, don't quote me, I think it's 178 TV stations. Whoa, I had to look them up. And they encourage ABC to take off Jimmy Kimmel, who made these remarks last night. He's a stand-up piece of crap, in my opinion. Nasty, evil. It's okay not to like Trump, guys. If you're coming on my channel and you say it's okay with freedom of speech, it's okay not to agree with Donald Trump. But he's the president, and you should respect him. And it's okay if you didn't particularly know Charlie Kirk, or maybe you disagree with Charlie Kirk. That's fine. That's fine. Let's be honest. But to go as far on national TV, ABC, and make these slurs and these remarks and say it's the MAGA and Trump, and they had it coming, or he had it coming. I'm hearing that that's just simply wrong, ladies and gentlemen. It's not right. Stop the hate. It doesn't mean stop being a Democrat. Well, maybe it is. But it just means stop the hate. If you don't like Trump, guess what you can do? Guess. Pray and hope that you get a Democrat, moderate, who can change your party and can beat, well, it won't be Trump, or will it? We'll beat Marco Rubio, or J.D. Vance, or some other Republican. You vote him in. Find yourself a candidate. And guess what? That's how you do it. But for right now, you support Trump. You don't call him out names. At least not on TV. You want to go to a bar and have a beer and talk to a Republican friend or a Democrat friend? Go ahead. But you need to set an example for our next generation. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if we don't set an example on either side, the right or left, we have no future. We have no our grandkids won't know what the hell to think. Our great-grandkids. We need to stop it. We need to set examples. It starts from us. It starts from you. It starts from you and me. It starts from people on here that are 18, 25, 40, 50, and 80, and 70. Us. Male, female, gay, straight, transgender. Doesn't matter. Us. If you're coming on, doesn't mean you have to become a Trump supporter. No. Or you should be a Democrat. I hope not. It means just come together. Find yourself, find your identity. This piece of crap, he better apologize. All right. I was a little bit surprised, guys, when I heard this. I was driving home. I got beep beep. I pulled over. Oh, Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel's off the air. Whoa, is he? What did he say? I knew it right away. I didn't even have to check. Oh, remarks. Charlie Kirk. Whoa. Is this true? Or is it fake news? No, it's real. He's off. Goodbye, Jimmy Kimmel. As the chat is saying, goodbye. We don't want to see you no more. Hey, shout out to Ardell, who made the live tonight. Ardell, you made it, my friend. Bye-bye. Everybody in the chat, bye-bye, Jimmy Kimmel. Apologize, Jimmy Kimmel. Apologize. How about donate? I'm sure he has doesn't he have $500,000 to donate? Yes or no? What do you guys think? What about $1 million? How about $1 million? How about he pull out $1 million and send it to the Charlie Kirk Foundation? How about I pick up the phone? Hello? Hi, Erica. It's me. I'm a piece of crap. I said some bad things. I apologize. I went too far. You know what she will say? She's in faith. You know what she'll say? Accepted. Your apology's accepted. Thank you for calling. I appreciate you. How about calling Donald Trump? He would answer on one ring. Yeah, Trump, what do you want? I apologize, Trump. Really? Yes. I don't support you, but I apologize. You know what Trump will say? Apology accepted. That's common sense. That's the conservative way. That's the American, United States of America way. Republican way. Democrat way. That's the right thing to do. That's what this man needs to do. Jimmy Kimmel. Do it. Share and like this video. This Jimmy Kimmel needs to do it. And don't wait a month. Because if he does it a month from now, no. He needs to do it like by tomorrow. And by the way, if it was somebody on the right, if it was a conservative saying some crazy comment, bad, a lot of my moderators, hold me here. A lot of my moderators will testify. If let's say Jesse Waters, how many have I called out Jesse Waters before? Help me out, guys. You know who Jesse Waters is? He's an Eagles fan, Philadelphia, from Philly, like me, on Fox. I enjoy it. I called him out because he said, now he didn't go this far and wishing that, but he said some things I don't think he should say. Jesse Waters. Yes, and I've called him out. Now, he didn't go this far. I call them all out, Janine. I call myself out. Not my mom, Janine. Not my mom. I can't call her out. She'll whip my ass. After her third scotch, she's a Democrat. I don't know if she's a Democrat. Mom, are you a Democrat? I think my mom's fed up. I don't think my mom wants to even vote. She's pissed. I'm sure my mom, who's a Democrat, doesn't like what he said tonight. Or yesterday, excuse me. Yesterday. Not tonight. Yesterday. Jimmy Kimmel. If you're coming in talking about Jimmy Kimmel. This man here. What a rough... Now, see, I was being stupid. I was going to make fun of his beard. So there you go. I called myself out. I stopped it, though. Trump 28. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Carmen, how are you? Hey, Carmen. Shout out to Carmen. I'm glad you're on here. Carmen, I appreciate your comments on those homeless feeds. You don't know how it makes me feel, Carmen. On behalf of myself, my wife, and particularly the homeless people. So thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Lemon J. Thank you all for your support on the shorts. I'm recognizing some names. I know, Carmen, you're probably sitting there. Don't worry about it. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, speaking of homeless, it was sad today. Did you guys see me? I had two homeless I helped out. Struggling people on the street. One was an elderly lady laying there on a pillow that somebody gave. Hey, shout out to whoever dropped this. And, you know, there was ants on the pillow and she was so hungry. That got to me today. That got to me. A couple years younger than my mom. Anyhow, we're going to continue doing our part. Helping out these struggling homeless. And by the way, I help out all. I don't ask them if they're illegal. I don't support illegals coming here. But if they're out there on our soil, of course I'm going to feed them. Of course I'm going to help them. I don't ask them if they're Democrat, Republican. I don't ask them if they're gay, straight, Italian, whatever it might be. We pick up our fellow Americans, our veterans. Shout out to the veterans. We give them a hand. We give them a hamburger, a sub, a water, a coffee. Shake their hands. Shake off that pillow with ants. Hug them. They're human. Give them a kiss. We're going to continue. That got to me today, that lady. Suffering out there on the street. All right. I'm seeing a lot of freedom of speech, and this is not about freedom of speech. So let's not get confused. Okay? This was a scacciata in Italian. This wasn't freedom of speech. This is a man who's a bully, that's supposed to make people laugh. So he was out of line. This is not freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is your values. If you want, your job is to come on, have fun, and make people laugh. That was his job. He could make fun of Biden. He could make fun of Trump. That's freedom of speech, saying, but not when you're calling out MAGA and Charlie Kirk. Forget the Charlie Kirk first. Reverse order. Natalie Hopkins comes in and says hello. Hello, Natalie Hopkins. Always good to see Natalie. Ray says, goodbye, unfunny man. Whoa, what a great comment. Whoa. Thank you, Janine, for taking care of that message. Charlie is with God now. Thank you, Debbie, for not hesitating and putting that in there. I hope the View are the next ones fired. It's possible. Jimmy Fallon is not funny either. Hey, thank you for that comment. We're going to talk about Jimmy Fallon in a second. But I just want to shout out, there was a donation to the mods. So a $2 donation. Shout out to Terry from Alabama, girl. Giving a donation to the mods. That's on behalf of the mods. Janine, Lemon J, Mike N, Richard, Crystal, shout out. I don't know, whoever the mods are, my wife. So thank you. Thank you so much, Terry. We appreciate it. And I'm sure the moderator is saying thank you. You don't have to do that, but thank you, Terry. What did somebody say about Jay Leno? Was it Jay Leno or so? Oh, Jimmy Fallon. Look, you want to be honest? I don't watch him either. But I haven't heard Jimmy Fallon saying anything bad about Charlie Kirk. Hold on. Or I've never heard him say, I wish harm on former President Joe Biden. For an example, he's suffering. I wish him well, and I pray for Biden, because I'm a cancer survivor, that he beats this terrible disease. Now, I've never heard Jimmy Fallon say, I hope that former president blank blank. No, never heard that. Have you? Never heard that. But I agree. I think you said Jimmy Fallon wasn't funny. Was that the second part? I don't think most of these guys are funny. But we're not talking about being funny. Let's not get off subject. We're missing it. Or I'm missing it. It's these actions that cost him his job that I'm sure he enjoyed. And I'm not being funny. I'm sure he enjoyed being a comedian. Late night, 11 o'clock. I'm sure there's a certain audience, like some of you who liked him. Now, if you follow Jimmy Kimmel and you like his show, you don't have to tell us which you are. It doesn't matter. Do you support this? It's not a trick question. I'm not here to ban you. I'm just asking you, do you support what Jimmy Kimmel did? What did he do? What did he do? Calling out Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump, MAGA, that it's our fault leading to his death, his assassination. Jimmy Kimmel can start a podcast now. Hey, can I add on to that? Hey, Freethinker. Jimmy Kimmel can start a podcast now. Can I just add on to that? How about he starts a podcast and his first podcast says, apologies. It'll go viral. And it should go viral. Apologies. And it should be his face like this. Apologies to Kirk and Trump. And then he can do his podcast. And then every 5 minutes, apologize. Another 5 minutes, apologize. And then all the money he gets for donations and super chat, how about he takes all of that? Because he doesn't need it. Or at least that one live. Take all the donations and forward that to the Kirk Foundation. How about that? How about that?
Hello, everyone.
Here.
Hello, everyone. I got my little baby here. All the messages I'm reading so bad, I report every single one.
What are they saying? Stuff about me?
Oh, a lot.
Or are they saying
You
something
don't
about Kirk?
respect
I don't care about me.
For Charlie, for you, for everybody. I hate those messages, so I report every single one. Hate speech and violence.
Lemon J's behind you. Janine's behind you. Mike
Look
M's
at this is
behind
my
you.
baby, Lavender.
All the
He got
moderators.
so big. Look at how pretty he is. He's with Daddy now.
Are they saying stuff about, who are they saying about who? Charlie
By
Kirk?
Charlie, by you, by everybody.
Hey, shout
This
out to,
guy-
oh, hold on. Shout out to the
What this guy
signkeeper.
say? I don't know.
Maribel Signkeeper, hold on. I want to thank, you got Ozzy and Signkeeper. They really donate a lot of money. Signkeeper's here right now. Will you,
Thank you.
on behalf of Signkeeper and Ozzy, I just want to say, well, I know both of you are saying, thank you, on behalf of me and Maribel, for all your generous donation to help us fight and continue helping out homelessness in Las Vegas metropolitan area. We, on behalf of both of us, thank you. Appreciate you. Love you so much. Thank you. Thank you all. If they want to call me out, Maribel, I have no problem. But when if they're making some stupid remarks,
Stupid. Why these people not?
they need to look in the mirror. They need to
It's
go put some
sick.
cold water in
They
their
should
face.
put it in the mental health. Look at he love his daddy.
And I would go any farther. And I don't want to hear remarks about Trump saying Hitler. If you don't like Trump and calling him decisions on tariffs, whatever.
Why these people not get over? He win and he be here for 4 years.
Because most of this, Maribel, is this. People hate Trump. People hate Trump. They hate Charlie Kirk
You don't want
because of the values.
You want daddy?
And that's fine.
Come in.
But here's the misconception. You can not like them, but to wish and pray that they're gone, that draws the line. Yes or no?
I mean, this guy he killed. my
Ozzy
I want to
says,
drive.
read that message.
What
Read,
do I
that,
make?
here, read this message.
Maribel?
Maribel?
I can see.
It says Maribel's right.
Yeah,
They're
it's
evil.
crazy.
She
One of
agrees.
my clients is going to the funeral. I wish I have a ticket, but
We're going to go to the funeral.
yeah, but you have to drive 3 hours.
Is it free?
It's in Phoenix, like 4 hours. I will drive, but I think
We'll drive there.
I don't know. See, I have people Sunday or not. You have to leave. Like,
Signkeeper says the brother, is that gray? Is that a gray? He wants to know? The bird?
Oh, it's a.
He's asking, brother, is that?
No, he's lavender, like a lavender. And the father, he loves Sal. He's my baby. I take him to the park today.
It's a girl. All the girls
I
love
don't
me.
know. You don't know yet. You don't know what it is.
It's not a girl?
I take it to the park today, and he
Come here.
loves.
Ow!
the
Son of
sweet.
a, come here. Why would you do that? Ow!
You don't want you. Why? Leave him alone. Look at this in the park.
It's lavender.
today. I want to show you the park. I'm going now. Look at that.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. I got to take the green screen off.
Wait,
Hold
wait.
on.
You have to see.
Hold on, Maribel.
She
Okay, show it.
she loved the swim with the baby.
Well, you can't see it.
I take it to the park.
That's the
my
birds at the
baby.
park, ladies and gentlemen.
I have 4. Let me check the another one. See? The another one is they'll go sleep already. 7 o'clock is sleeping. This one is the only one always up.
The birds smell the meatballs on the fingers. My fingers, not your fingers.
Give me a kiss. Kiss to mama.
The signkeeper, this bird relaxes me. Yeah, no, I'm going through a little, anyhow, forget about me. But this bird and the birds, at first I'm like, I don't know if I want these birds. It's going to increase stress.
I have 4. No, it relaxes.
They relax you guys. I encourage, if you could, get a, what do they call them? The cow? What do you call them?
No, this is a ringneck.
Ringnecks. They're called ringnecks.
You
Get
don't
a
know if he's
ringneck.
a boy or girl. Maybe when he get old, see, he's a boy. Look, he's by me. He get like a ring. See, he's a boy. He's a girl. He stay a little lighter.
Dee says the birds can't smell. Is that true?
The smell?
Yeah, they can't smell.
No.
They can't?
It's very clean because I change the cage every day and I hose it every week.
Signkeeper has a couple cats too.
I got allergic to cat. Look, say bye. She's my baby.
Oh, you got the tails in my eye.
Yeah, and she's like 16 inches. Will that tail grow? Look at how big it is.
AJ says beautiful birds.
Thank you. The blue one is beautiful too.
Jeremy
Oh,
says the
blue
birds are
one,
very smart.
I will pay somebody to get it. It's very bad. The blue one bites.
You don't read the comments, and you tell me I don't read the comments. Read the comments.
You
Read the
have
comments.
you have bad comments, but I report every single one.
You heard it there.
And when you
She's reporting you.
yeah, a lot.
Reporting bad comments. Let me
And I
complete.
put it with violence speech. You can get arrested.
She don't take no shit. Ozzy, she don't take. Janine, she's right there with Janine. Lemon J. I'm sure even everybody's saying. I mean, you know. All right, let's get back to this. No, but shout out to Filipinos, but she's not. Shout out to everybody on here. Shout out to each and every one of you. Let's stop the hate. And I'm going to say this one last time. I heard some gaziad today from my Italian friend, and I had to put him in his place. I said, he goes, what do you think about the transgender and what they're doing? I go, what do you mean? What do you think about it? I said, well, it's not my cup of tea. What do you think what they're doing? I go, well, what are they doing? He goes, they're standing behind the transgender partner. I said, do you know that for sure? I know it's not. He goes, yeah. I go, where'd you read it at? I don't know. He didn't know. Listen, it's unfair to comment. First of all, the transgender partner of this piece of crap, why give him the fame? Who's on yesterday in front of the judge. It's unfair because what I'm hearing, she is in a transition of being a woman, transgender, okay? Is cooperating with the police and authorities. And right now was not behind this. Just like the father or the mother. It's not the father and mother's fault. If we bring up our kids and our grandkids and they do something stupid, you can't crucify the grandfather, the grandmom, or the father or the mom. So I don't like it. I don't like that stuff. Oh, well, you sound like a Democrat. No, I don't sound like a Democrat. I sound like an American. It's just common sense, man. I'm tired of it all. Not my cup of tea. I don't understand it. I don't expect to understand it. But it needs to stop. And I know I've said this many times, like Luigi Mangione. I have an Italian friend who says, oh, you don't see Italians do that kind of stuff. Luigi Mangione did it. However, it's not right to say all Italians do that. Or if an African American does something wrong, that they're all the same. They say, oh, they're all the same. No, that's not true. Or Latinos, or Filipinos, or hillbillies, or white. I encourage this to stop. And that's on both sides. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. It's on both sides. Okay? And I hope that we can find our identity, and pull inside and stop that. Doesn't mean you have to have a cup of coffee with them or hug and kiss them or any of that. We got to set an example for our kids, our grandkids, our great-grandkids, your partner. We need to set these examples. Otherwise, you're going to have more people like these terrible people. And then for Jimmy Kimmel to say these things, if it doesn't stop, if he can get away, we're all going to get away with it. I almost acquired an African gray when I was younger. Man, they live 80. You know, Signkeeper, I think these birds here that Maribel has, 4. They'll last longer than me. They'll last 80, like you said, 80 to 100. Macaws or what are they called? Oh, parrots. If they don't get, let out, they'll live a long life. It's amazing, huh? But going back to the birds real quick, they do make you relax, Signkeeper. There's something, I can't explain it. Like I'm going through nothing compared with anybody, but and they just kind of relax you a little bit, Animals, parrots, dogs, cats, they do something. If you're not allergic to any animals, I encourage people to get a dog, a cat, bird. They just do something to you. Now, if you're coming in, this man here, Jimmy Kimmel, he's gone. When I say he's gone, that's wrong. He's off ABC, owned by Sinclair. You won't see him on national TV, I don't think, I could be wrong, but I think he's gone for a while. And unless he apologizes, I don't think you're going to see him. He'll have a podcast. Yeah, that's true. Then that causes stress, right, Ozzy? You Italians are out smoking. I like that. Appreciate all the comments. Kimball's out. Oh man, that would have been a good title. Who said that? Thank you. Kimball's out. Won't see him no more. Out, meaning he's out off of TV. Sicilian. Doesn't matter. F Jimmy Kimmel, somebody says. You know, I'm going to call myself out here. I think I said something earlier, and I said I don't like his voice. I don't like his voice, but it's probably I'm being a little childish on that. I probably should say I don't like him for what he did. But anyhow, 12 dogs, one on. 3 at a time, not 2 cats. But you know what? Enjoy it. The animals are special. They really are. It makes my wife, relaxes her. She enjoys it. Our kids are growing up. You'll see. Your grandkids grow up. You still love them. They love you too. But then they do their own lives. It's not that they don't care about you. It's that you get some animals. You get some birds. You get some cats. You get some dogs. Some goldfish. I don't know. And that's why I always say, guys, enjoy those moments with your kids. If you have kids. If you don't have kids, your animals. Animals mean dogs, cats. Enjoy your grandkids. Everything else. But yeah, if you're just coming in, I'm going to get a light on here. So I'm going to step away. It's getting dark. And I'll stay live a little longer. We're talking Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel off the air. Won't see him no more. Yep, you won't see him anymore. I appreciate all of you are saying hi. Jeremy Mafia. Bye-bye, Jimmy. Yep. And I asked this question before. I was going to do a poll, but it's probably too late in the live. My question is, if, I appreciate you guys chatting among each other. Be free to chat, but just listen. Yes or no. If you apologize, would you accept the apology from Jimmy Kimmel? If he apologizes to the Kirk, Erica Kirk, the family, the father and mom, and Trump? No. Lots of no's. Never. Hell no. Let's get 200. Thank you, Lemon J. No. Carmen says yes. No. No apology accepted. We don't know. He could apologize. We don't know. No, never. Jacob says yes. Ozzy says yes. Kim says nope. So, a lot of no's, some yeses. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see if Jimmy Kimmel's apologize. I think he needs to. I really do. It would be the right thing. Whether it's a yes or no, you agree, and you're still going to say no or you're still going to say yes. If you're just coming in, if he apologized, it was set an example. He could be, I'm not going to call him a hero. What's the word? Somebody give me a word. If he apologized, it'll help us going forward. It would help the nation to go forward. Okay, he was evil. He was wrong, out of line, whatever you want to say. unacceptable. But if he apologizes, you don't have to say yes or no. But he will set an example, thank you, Maribel, for our future, for the next comic, for the next late night TV. They'll say, wow. And then it'll help him, not help him out on a show, but maybe it'll help him finding his identity and say, ooh, I went too far. I still don't like Trump. I quote Jimmy Kimmel, but I went too far. Now, for those who are coming in, what the hell we're talking about? Who's this guy? This is Jimmy Kimmel, late night TV. ABC, owned by Sinclair, made some remarks on behalf of our Charlie Kirk on his assassination, on the sense of saying that it is Donald Trump. Not that Donald Trump was behind it. I'd be putting words in his mouth, but it was kind of behind this. So much hate on Charlie Kirk that led to his assassination and mega. And I think it's simply wrong. And they took him off the air. ABC says you're finished. That's owned by Sinclair, who owns about 170 some stations, 78 stations. And Sinclair, who owns ABC, says, I quote, I don't think any of the networks should put him back on TV. He'll probably have a podcast. And we were just debating for the last hour and 10 minutes. He should apologize on his podcast. By the way, before his podcast, he should apologize. And that's pretty much up to date. ABC's announcing this evening, pulling Jimmy Kimmel's off the air about Charlie Kirk. This was a MAGA and Trump problem, I quote, by Sinclair. Recent political violence are getting worse with TV and sit down, according to ABC Sinclair. And I agree. Yes or no, do you agree with that statement? Recent political violence, both sides, get worse with TV sit down. Getting worse. Getting worse. Sinclair is an ABC station. I believe he should make a donation and apologize to Charlie Kirk, mom and dad, the family, and Erica Kirk and Trump, the President of the United States, for making those remarks towards the President of the United States of America and the MAGA that a lot of us support on here. And Charlie Kirk, may rest in peace, should be apologized. This man right here on this thumbnail behind me. Now, there was a comment that ABC should be off the air. Well, I don't know about that. That's up to you guys. Yeah, it's getting worse, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking to people that are my age, a little younger, a little older, much older. We all agree on one thing. These are people that I talk to that are Democrats, Republicans, or don't care about politics. I never thought it'd be this like this. When I say like this, that the world is so upside down. You thought I was going to say divided. Upside down. Upside down. And Trump is trying to fix the world to bring it back. He's not perfect. He's fumbled the ball. Trump will say some ridiculous things sometimes, but it just shows he's human. But he's trying and trying. But this world needs to get back. I encourage anybody to go out there and speak. And yes, freedom of speech is fine. But it draws the line when you call for or you encourage people to hate on somebody who's been assassinated, shot down in front of 3,000 people in Utah. That is not freedom of speech. What else is not freedom of speech is certain people on the left and the right, let's be honest, who are saying all transgenders were behind this. is simply wrong. I don't support that at all. I never will. I never will. Or if a gay man or a lesbian does that, or if Italian does something like Mangione, or Caucasian, that all Caucasians are the same, or an Hispanic, or an African American. These come, everyone I just said. We've seen it all, right? All kinds. What happens to the mind? Why does it happen? We don't know. But I do know this. It's been like this for many years. But here's what's changed. Is there certain people, not all Democrats, not all on the left, let's be honest, but a percentage of them are forming this hate so much on Trump that they're taking it out on innocent people. And that, my friends, needs to stop. And take a deep breath. And you hear me say, put cold water in your face and look in the mirror and say to yourself, are you that kind of man? Are you that kind of woman to hate on people that are lost their life moments after he lost his life? And this, we need to change that and find our identity and stop it. Now, is that all going to be perfect? Are we going to live in a perfect world? No. Am I going to change the world? No. But if we can all, 662 of us, and I encourage to support your other YouTube channels, and everybody can do their part and reach down. We're not perfect. We're not God. None of us. We say some ridiculous things. I will start with me. But it goes too far to say those things that Jimmy Kimmel did. So if we can all do that part, man, amazing things could happen, right? Amazing things could happen for the Democrats, Republicans, and independents. But in this case, it's not right. Hey, I appreciate 220 likes. Wow, overwhelmed. Thank you so much. I appreciate, once again, the moderators. It's not easy. I always encourage my moderators to sit back. There's nothing you can do wrong because Maribel's got your back. No, but all joking aside, to enjoy the show, don't get lost in whether you didn't time somebody out or not. It's not about that. I want you guys to hopefully enjoy the, hopefully I give some values, some entertainment, motivation to you. Don't worry about if you miss something. I hope that you can somewhat interact with everybody and enjoy the show, whether it's an hour or a half or two. I appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll read some comments here. Appreciate you. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your Wednesday. If you're going through some tough times in life, tomorrow's another day. Continue with that. Mark 2, holding number 2, thank you for being here. Christopher, shout out. Lemon J, 232 likes. Wow. Nicely done, Lemon J. Nicely done, everybody. I had nothing to do with it. I don't even touch the screen. I very seldom time anybody out. Very seldom touch the screen. Thank you. TJ, shout out. Thank you, Maribel. Shout out to my wife to make these lives possible. I could not do it with her. My wife, my wife, and also helping the homeless people. It starts with my wife to encourage me and help us out cooking these fresh meals when we can and get on board. Thank you so much. There's some long comments here. I try to read as many as I could. Shout out to Pat, a loyal subscriber. Pat, what's going on tonight? Hope you're doing well. So once again, Friday, Charlie Kirk is off the air, and in his time zone, his spot, their ABC has announced, owned by Sinclair, they're going to do a whole 1 hour, I believe, episode, and remembering Charlie Kirk, and I'm sure they're going to apologize on behalf. ABC will probably apologize on this creep. Sorry, a creep behind me, right there. And I'm sure they'll just remembering his life and what he meant And they're going to put it in that spot. I believe it's 11 o'clock East Coast time. On this Jimmy Kimmel. So he's gone. He's off the network. I'm hearing some sources that he's off for good. Some are saying he's suspended. I don't think you're going to see him back on ABC. I don't think you're going to see him back on any network. And like a lot of you said, probably have his podcast. Clint says, I like that comment. Jimmy Kimmel, shame, shame. Hey, shout out to Clint. Very good comment. Shame, shame. That's a good comment. Shame, shame. I like that. I really do. Didn't say I hate Jimmy Kimmel. Didn't say anything nasty about Jimmy Kimmel. That subscriber, shame, shame. There you go. There you go. All right. Person 2, good evening. Just remarks on Trump and MAGA and Charlie Kirk, that they led to the assassination. It was all Trump's fault. And MAGA, the comment was, this was, I quote, a MAGA Trump problem. Could have prevented this, in the words that Charlie Kirk would say. Could have been preventable. Prevent from the Trump MAGA part. And that's where ABC stepped in. Well, according to my source, ABC, at that time, we're going to just suspend him, is what I heard. And then Sinclair, who owns ABC, NBC, 178 channels, says, no. We can't have this. Remarks on the Trump and MAGA and Charlie Kirk after the man, less than a week, was shot, assassinated, to make these remarks. And I'm not going to say he should have came on and said, rest in peace, or whatever. He probably should have said something like that. But if he would have just came on and did his TV event, but no, he has to talk. He has to talk about Trump. He hates Trump that much. Hates. So much hate. And he went too far. Went too far. It is pathetic. A lot of people not only, a lot of people have made these remarks. Just so happened, he made them on late night TV. And I don't care if it was one person watching or 20,000 people watching them. Hey, shout out to Paul Warner. How are you, Paul? His show sucks. Clint, I don't know when you came on. I've watched only 5 minutes. Clint, it's not because he's a Democrat. I don't care for late night. I don't care if they're Republican. There's very few that I enjoy, Clint. We were just, for me, Jay Leno was okay. David Letterman was okay. But Johnny Carson was great. Arcidi Hall, and if I'm butchering the name, I apologize. Arcidi Hall, remember him? They were funny. Late night TV. David Letterman was okay. But I don't think any of them should be talking about I don't think they should hate on the president, and let alone say these remarks after a death, assassination of somebody that was a person, high profile YouTuber, speaking faith and conservative views. Should make fun of them when they're deceased. If you want to say while they're alive, you disagree, make your jokes, you don't have to watch it. I'm okay with that. But when they're passed away and you got the president, that needs to stop. You want to show a little dancing commercial, Orange Man, Showing Biden's falling. I'm okay with that. Something with tariff taxes, you know, if you're that's okay. I mean, I'm not going to watch it. I have no problem. I mean that. When Bill Clinton did that, Monica Lewinsky, I'm okay with certain things. But when you go too far and you talk about race or anything like that, and Hitler, dictator, no, that draws a line. And that's where it needs to stop. Any president, thank you, Maribel. Any president, even Barack Obama. I heard people saying some bad things about him when he was president. And I didn't stand behind that. I didn't support him. I don't stand behind those remarks, if you know what I'm saying. That's wrong. Don't like him? He's the president. Vote Republican. You don't like Donald Trump? Vote Democrat. Vote for a new Democrat party. Somebody's good. That's what you do. Or go in your room by yourself and yell, gosh darn it, what happened to the party? Or I don't like Trump. Not on social media and not making millions of dollars that families are watching. Now, I was going to say kids, but kids should be in bed, but families. All right, I'm going to read a couple more comments here. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Somebody said, don't make jokes about that. Charles, yeah, he has, Charles. Thanks for putting that. Hey, Charles, thanks for putting that in the chat. You're right, Charles. You should be respect for every president. He win the whole country. Vote for him. That's why he is the president. Well said, Maribel. Well said. Great comment. Great comment. Maybe Jimmy should have spread obvious lies to his audience. He might still be on the air. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Hold on here. Christine, first of all, Christine, welcome in. God bless you and your family. I'll read your message. Charlie said hateful, racist things, but you are okay with that. Well, first of all, Christine, I watched a lot of his videos, and thank you for the comment. I sat in bed, lay there. I didn't follow Charlie Kirk that much. Not because I didn't believe in his values. I just didn't follow him that much, okay? With that said, I couldn't find any videos of him saying any racist stuff. If you watch, see, a lot of times, Christine, including myself, because I'm human, we hear things, we see things. He pretty much believed in God, spoke, and just like Trump. He would explain himself, I quote, on transgender, this is not me, Charlie, and on the values, how our nation was heading, Christine. I never heard him say, I don't like blacks, Italians, Irish, so on and so forth. He gave his thoughts. He even had people come in the mic. I never heard him say, sit down, I hate you, you're wrong, or this is wrong. He never used the word wrong. He just gave his views, Christine. Just like if you want to give your views to me. That doesn't mean you hate me or you'll watch me again. You're giving your views, right? That's the difference. He didn't give that he didn't like. I never heard him say, I don't like gays, transgender, blacks, Hispanics, Italians, women or men, or wife or mom and dad, or Mormons. Okay? So he never said that. But I think there's just so much hate. I don't mean you, Christine. I think there's just many people who hate on Trump don't really see that. And opposite too. People who really disgusted with the Democrat Party, we got to clear our minds too. It doesn't mean we got to become a Democrat or support what's going on, but we need to clear our mind too on the hate. Anyhow, I hope I explained that, but that's the truth. Now, I might be missing some videos, who made that remark, Christine, that he might have said something, but I've watched a lot of them. So maybe I missed one or two. Maybe somebody can help me out on Charlie Kirk. The question was, I don't say something, so I never heard any of that. Now, I've heard some Republicans on other networks who said some terrible things. Yes. All right, let's move on. Thank you, Pat. And I'm not even saying one more thing. Hold on. One more thing. This is to Christine. Real quick. Anybody else? I'm not saying I support everything Charlie Kirk said. Okay? But he never had hate on any of us. So. All right, let's move on. Hey, shout out to Tony. Kimmel sucks. So, I don't know. That even made sense to anybody, but that's what I see. Hold on here. Let me see some here. I watched about 95% of Charlie's videos, and never did I hear hate, racism, etc. Betty Anderson. Shout out to Betty. Yeah, Betty. You've seen Betty. Thank you. You probably see more than me, Betty. I didn't get the 95%, but I'm at about 65%. So you heard it from Betty, a subscriber here. And I'll even go farther, Betty. Hopefully I'm not putting words in your mouth. Even, Betty, I'll say for me, Betty, even if you've seen a video you didn't agree, I'm sure that's true. Like, there was no hate on anybody. You know, people cannot agree on everything I say. Or anybody. But I'm not putting hate. That's the difference on freedom of speech. I hope everybody understands that. If you're young, I hope you understand that. There's a difference between freedom of speech and hate and threats on somebody when they're deceased or alive, any of us. Let's put Trump aside for 1 second. Us, any of us, threats, no. Certainly on the president, Pope, former President Barack Obama, or former President Biden has to stop. Period. All right. I'll read a few more here, guys. We're going to move on. And just want to say thank you once again. We had a good live here tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you for everything you do. Make sure you check out the shorts if you want to see something special with homeless, as we're helping some homeless people here each and every day when we can. Me and my wife, thank you so much for all your support. Lots of shorts out there spreading homeless awareness and showing people that are struggling with addiction, struggling, trying to find themselves, depressed, and so on and so forth. So appreciate you guys. Yeah. I'm not going to go back and forth with this whole thing with Charlie Kirk and him hating. I didn't see anything on hate. Person 2, I will check it out. I will check it out, my friend. I will check it out. Not tonight. Unless I have time, but I'll check it out. Daniel, Jimmy, yeah, he's like, yeah, exactly. But, you know, he can change from being that, what you said, and apologize. Not to us. Not the Democrats. Not the Republicans. But to Charlie Kirk's family and Donald Trump. Well, and to us, MAGA. To all of us. He should apologize to his viewers, everybody. Thank you, Lemon J. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hey, thank you so much for being here. Now, I always end my videos, my lives, giving about 2 minutes to 3 minutes so you guys can say goodbye to each other. For those who are interacting with each other. It's been a long day, guys. I'm sorry. Can have your good nights or your makeups if you guys were disagreeing. It's okay to disagree. And say goodnight to everybody. Till next time. Paul, thank you. Appreciate you, Paul. Buonanotte. Mark, hey, thank you. Yeah. Pray for everybody. Pray that this world can get... we got to get back on the right track. We really do. Charles, thank you. Valentino. Ciao. Have a good night. Buonanotte. To my Italian friends, good night to everybody. God bless us all. God bless Trump, President Trump. What am I saying, Trump? What the hell? I'm calling myself out tonight, Janine. What's this? President Trump. See? It's been a long day, guys. Yep. Paul, have a good night, man. Thank you. God bless everybody. Hey, thank you, guys. I'm out. I'll give 30 seconds. You guys say goodnight to each other. I'm out of here. Thank you so much. Hey, remember, guys, live in the moment. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your kids. Before you get on air, on the internet, spend time with yourself and your family before you go on. Hey, shout out to other YouTube channels. Make sure you check them out. Like and subscribe if you enjoy their content. If you don't say anything bad. Move on to the next one. Either say something good or don't say it at all. Right? All right, guys, I'm out. Have a good night. God bless. God bless. Thank you so much.